All right then, let's see here. Facebook says we're live. All right. All right, what's going on today, he says. I'm going to get out here and just have a little fun. Continue from yesterday. Get out of the control room. Get myself over to the lathe. Getting things set up over here on the back side. All right, thank you, Facebook, for letting me know that I'm live. I appreciate that very much. Obviously, this is not a regular schedule day, but I wanted to come back out here and finish up what I had been working on yesterday without any schedule. And so here I am. I think I'll take off my watch. Gonna play with the Woodcut hollow form projects again. I think I need another light. I'm gonna go turn on another light bulb. This is casual day in the studio. So let's have a casual day. But let's have some light. So, and hopefully we don't off plug it in. There we go. All right, so where was I at yesterday? Something just went crashing down. Where was I at yesterday? I was... Yeah, that looks a little bit better. A little more light on the subject. I was working on this hollow form, and I buried it in the chips back over here so that it didn't crack overnight. And this is what I'm going to put back on the lathe. God, this thing still weighs 30 pounds. I'm going to change this shape around a little bit, and I'm going to finish hollowing this guy out. And let's see, we've got that camera going on. We've got our overhead camera, looks to be working. We've got our side camera. Everything looks pretty good there. We might adjust some of these cameras over time, get things looking a little bit better. All right. Back up here. It's kind of nice to be out here, no pressure. Like I say, I made a post that I was going to be out here, but other than that, it's not one of my regularly scheduled events. Now, it is being recorded. I'm recording today, because you never know when you might come up with some good material that you can use for something going forward. And I'm going to sneeze. All right. Excuse me on that. One of these days, I'm going to put on I can see Facebook, but I'm going to put on put up a YouTube monitor so that I can see what's going on over at the YouTube land too, even though I can see comments from all around. I don't expect a lot of traffic today, but if you're out there and you pop in, say hello, let me know you're around. All right, that looks pretty good. And now that that's mounted in place, let's see, we don't have this light plugged in yet. Oh, and I know what else is going to happen. It's going to be crazy because that camera is going to die. So I'll put it on, I'll put it on that camera. My overhead camera came unplugged at the end of the day yesterday when I was shutting things down. And I got to reach up here and plug that bad boy back in. Again, like I said, this is casual day in the shop studio. But we do have to plug this in or it's not going to play. Or it's not going to keep going. So watch my foot and my leg get in the way there. Get the power plugged back into this camera. Yeah, it's a good thing it's a casual day. You're probably watching that one. Oh, yeah, I got you on the end camera, I think. There we go. Power is back to the camera. All right, there we go. Hopefully that'll keep right on running. All right, good deal. I think I'm going to move this over just a fuzz, like so. Hey, I see somebody else popped in. I'm just out here to enjoy myself today. Finished turning this piece, and I'm going to turn that other piece that I got buried down there into chips as well. But I'm going to change the shape of this a little bit. I got my dueling banjos going on here. All right. I think we'll put a fresh edge on this tool. Again, I don't have a specific format lined up here today. This is the no pressure. We'll pretend like nobody's watching because looking at Facebook, nobody is. And that's okay. Like I said, I can't tell who's on YouTube. Alrighty then. Donna Spartan, thank you for watching. Happy having fun. Like I said, I'm just doing casual today. I wanted to get back out here and finish these two pieces up. If you got any questions along the way, I am here to answer. Pop them in the comment column. Yeah, happy to fill you in. Like I said, I am gonna change the shape on this guy a little bit. I just was sharpening up a tool. Then I'm going to hollow this out, and I'm going to get that other blank out here. And I just wanted to get some extra footage as well that I would like for these tools. I'm looking at my monitors up there. Oh, I was going to plug that other light in. That's what I was doing. I got distracted. Imagine that. When I realized that a cord was not hooked up to a camera. And the other thing, oh yes, there we go. The other thing is that this place is such a mess from yesterday, and I've got these blanks that are green. And I want to go ahead and finish them and put them away, put them in a bag and let them dry so they don't split. And if I just left them lay here, I had them buried in wood chips down here overnight just to kind of keep them from drying out. But I just want to go ahead and finish these guys up because they're nice pieces of wood. So, let's see. I'm going to pop this in the overhead camera right there. Let's see how this spins. Well, I was going to make one change. Something I wanted to experiment with. I'll pop back up here. I'm going to take this washer out of here for yucks. I'm going to take this washer out of between the chuck and the lathe. What is the approximate thickness you leave them to air dry? In this case, I'll take them down to whatever the finished thickness is going to be. I'm not going to try and get anything crazy out of them. I don't know, 1/4, 3/8. I'm not going to try and make them super, super thin or anything. I'm taking that nylon washer off of there. See if it takes away a little bit of vibration. I was having some vibration yesterday. And it may or may not be. I think I've got a bearing. I beat this lathe pretty hard out on the road for quite a few years, and then out here I had a little vibration. Again, the thickness, in my mind, it comes down to what are you going to do with it? If it's going to be decorative and you want to really impress the world with how thin things can be and all that, and light and fragile and delicate, make them quite thin. If it's a piece that is going to get handled and moved around a bit, and maybe even used, definitely make them a bit thicker so they don't break so easy, don't get broken, so that you get a little bit of utility out of them. All right, now I have to decide, because I'm not completely unhappy with this shape, but I want it to have a little more profile. It's real flat right in through here. I mean, it's not a horrible thing, but it could be a little bit more interesting. And I've got a ton of wood here still, so I think I'm going to just change this shape around. I'm just going to play with it, and if I end up not liking the shape, yeah, all it is a piece of wood. And you can't quite see back in there in the tool. Let's see something here real quick, since we're having just a casual day here. We'll just move the lathe a little bit. And get that back into the picture more. There, that worked. It's the Carter & Son 5/8 bowl gouge. All right. So let's see, because I'm talking, double check that I have everything nice and snug. Good deal. Put that down there. And I'm going to take some of this hump out of here, I think. See how that looks in the... You can definitely see the tool rest now, and that's good. I see there's a little buffering going on Facebook again. Alright, let's see here. Drop that down. This stuff is really soft. So we're just going to make a change in all this. Sometimes that's the beauty of not finishing what you started the day before. You can come back and change it around if you didn't like what you did. I'm going to play with that scraper that I was working with yesterday too. I'm sure I have tons of wood in here. Yes, I have tons of wood in here. I'm going to change this whole top around. It's going to get real thin up there. And I may just cut some of that top away. Or leave it, we'll see. So right now this is almost perfectly symmetrical. So let's change that. Maybe I'll make a light bulb out of it. Now I've got that big, strong line ridge right there. I think we're just going to kind of smooth that out. Keep checking, make sure, see where how much wood I've got where. Lorianne! Yes, this is, yes, I'm well, thank you. I was, just this morning I decided I wanted to come back out here and finish up this piece, and then the other piece of the blank that I had that was sitting here already green and ready to go. So I knew if I didn't get to it, it would just dry and split. So I thought I'd just come out here on a no pressure kind of Tuesday and have a little fun and get some footage in as well. Working with the Pro-Forme hollowers and just general turning footage. So I got the cameras running. I got the camera running there. That, now sometimes I think I just don't get it. Oh, I know I don't get enough time out here. So it's kind of nice to come out. And have fun. Well, that top's plenty real thin up there now. I've always liked poplar. Always been fun to work with. Some people don't like it. I'm not one of those people. So you kind of got a light bulb shape going on here. I still got plenty there. I'm going to take some of that right there out. I just keep playing with this profile. I'm kind of having fun with the profile today. You can see there's a lot of wood on the inside still. Yeah, if I wish I had the, Lorianne, I wish the whole thing was spalted up like that, but it's not. But that's alright. Now I'm leaving this fairly thick right now, but I'm probably going to taper that down some more. I mean, I've only hollowed it into about here, so far in there. Now, some of that's knot, and maybe I'll just make it to where I know that knot's going to get cut away. So let's do this. Let's continue this curve on in here. And we'll leave that kind of as our waist area. See what I'm saying? All right. We can take some more of this out. And who knows, I may end up leaving a base on it like that. I got some humps in here to refine. I'm going to get that iron scraper out too, play with that some more. I'm going to change tool here. I like to mix it up. Let's see if this one's got an edge. If not, I will run over and sharpen it. I think I'll run and sharpen this real quick. I'll just leave that spin. Now I am going to be setting up, I've got another hole grinder in here, and I have the sharpening, the new, it's not new, but it's new to me in Spiracraft, a sharpening system from Woodcut Tools, the True Grind. Now I'm going to be setting up another grinder with that in the next week or two and start working with it. It looks pretty cool. Haven't used it yet, haven't even opened the box, but I'm going to. And I need to change grinders because I dropped this one and the shaft is bent. Which doesn't make for good sharpening. Alright, let's take the heel away on this. Alright. Amazing what a sharp tool will do for you. Alright. That doesn't even have any torn grain anymore. Notice, see how I did that transition? If you're watching, I just come down in here, And I'm cutting traditionally, and then I just, when I get into my corner, I just pick up the wing and kind of scrape my way out of there. Just make that transition. Still got a hump right there. I like to try and practice and refine. Get my mask down. Gets into camera view there. With the bowl gouge as much as I can before I pick up that scraper. That's better. Let's see if we can't just pick this cut up. Now we'll come clean up the top. So that top edge right here is getting real thin. We may cut some of that away. I think I'll just do that right now. Cut some of this top edge away. It was all beat up anyhow. A little too thin for use. You can see how, I mean, there was almost nothing there. All right. That's semi-reasonable. We can always cut a little bit more of that off of there if we need to. Again, I don't know what I'm going to do down here in the bottom of this thing. I'll think about it while I'm working on the inside. But I want to play with that iron scraper some more. Practice, 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 right? So we've got our overall shape here. That's so much better than what I walked out of here with yesterday. And my iron scraper is here. And I pulled out instead of having a kind of a rectangular diamond card, I've got a longer one. And it's a 180,000. And I'm going to raise the burr. And let me loosen this up. I'm going to raise the burr back up, freshen the burr on this guy all the way around, because that's how it really works. You knock off what was left of the old burr, raise a new one, and then you just rotate it around when you use it up. The burr doesn't last a long time. So let's see, I'll pop this in the overhead and kind of put it up here on my piece. And I'm just going to go right flat across the top and take away the old burr. And I'll go all the way, I'll do all three sides. You can definitely feel that little burr there. Of course, if my piece didn't rock back and forth, it might be easier. Okay, another rotation. I have to learn how to rotate. It's tightening up as I do that, so I have to learn how to rotate this and not cut myself at the same time as it gets sharp again. I got cut like 4 times, 3 times yesterday with staples in a box, and my fingers are all messed up. And it looks like turning accidents, but it's not at all. And then we take our file and we go find a good way to somewhere to lock this in. And we kind of go up and across. On the flat plane, and if I can hold that still. I'm gonna have to work on my holding technique. Should put it in a vise. I've got vices out in the trailer that I brought back from Colorado. I haven't brought them into the shop yet and set them up. This shear scraping is, it's not new to me, but it's not something I've done a lot of. And so I enjoy getting, or creating, I don't get time, I have to create time to come out and practice some things that I haven't done a lot. And then when I'm working with new tools that we're going to be carrying in Spiracraft, well, that's cool. I get to learn about the products that I'm carrying, which is always good to know the ins and outs of what you're carrying. So I'm going to snug that back up, keep my Allen wrench safely right there. And let's go about cleaning this up again. All right, let's go with an end view on that. Drop that tool rest down. Unlock the spindle. Tool rest back a little further. Rotate the tool about 45 degrees. Raise the handle. And look for that nice shaving coming off of there. Takes a little practice to find that sweet spot. But when you have it just right and it makes that nice shaving, it sure does smooth things right up. And the key is to do that without lifting up the grain. Like I did there. Clean that one back up. Right on that crown makes it kind of hard. Try going the other way. I'm going to pop an overhead. uncomfortable angle there. And that's messing that up. There we go. All right. Yeah, sneaking out here on a Tuesday afternoon. You never know what I might actually get into. It's a little dark back over in this back corner. I don't usually work back in this kind of back bottom side here. Gonna have to be left-handed, which I'm not. But it does work much better to get out of your own way. Okay. I'll move this in a little bit closer. How to be left-handed ambidextrous when you're not. All right. I think it's cut for a handle. I may want to put a handle on it, or put it on a handle. My right hand isn't very good anymore. Doesn't have much strength to it, and I can't really hold on to it very long with any control. The hand starts to hurt. That's what I get for being old. All right, let's see if we can do this without touching steel. Cheating danger here. I don't want to get, that's super close to the chuck right there. I don't want to get any closer than that. So I'm not going to worry about that. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to make myself a reference. And where is my parting tool? I need to put an edge on it anyway. And I'm just going to kind of mark, take that away. That leaves all that nasty stuff. But that gives me a reference point to work to. All right. And I can even take a little bit more of that away. Like so. All right, let's go play in the inside again. Let's see here. Come down to the end camera. Now we got this nasty fuzz right here. Let's just get rid of that. Let's just clean that up. I got this extra banjo in here, which I'll be using momentarily.